If you were to ask me, what is the most important attribute or quality that you would like to work toward to develop in your professional life? And I'll share with you what's worked for me. It's a sense of empathy. So to understand, we are surrounded every day by people who actually have a lot to say about our professional, financial, and emotional well-being, our success, our happiness. They are our peers, they are our subordinates, they are our leaders, our bosses, they are investors, their customers, their clients. What you need to do is you need to work to understand what are their anxieties and what are their aspirations. So if someone's, were to ask me, what do you think was the key success factor for you where you actually did it the right way? And by the way, I wear a lot of scars from mistakes. I would tell you it's empathy. It's actually sitting down with a CEO, actually asking the question, what keeps you up at night? What is your anxiety? What are your aspirations for your company, for the project, for yourself? And if I could just, next time you're in a meeting, pay attention to whether or not you're truly being empathetic and understand what the agenda is of the person across from you. It's absolutely critical to understand their frame of reference. And then I want to come back to people. The key, I think, in professional success and also personal happiness is to be working with those that you admire the most. It's their value system, their sense of integrity, their work ethic, their intelligence, what they're focusing on in their work, their spirit of collaboration. At the end of the day, I assure you that when you're showing up at work with a pit in your stomach, it's about people. And so every so often when you're having that traumatic experience, step back and try to understand, are you able to distance yourself from the bad guys? Are you able to migrate to work with those that you respect? It makes all the difference in the world. To not pay attention to that, I think, is to severely shortchange yourself and to actually derail any success or happiness that you are entitled to. Don't violate that rule for love or money. And the other thing that I see is, I actually see a lot of really competent folks in the workspace that don't want to be a leader. And I don't understand it. So what I would tell you is, and I think that this organization and your attraction to this organization makes you cognizant that you want to be able to persuade and influence the outcomes of what you're doing. But be a leader. And the first piece of that, the most important piece of being a leader, and you're going to laugh, but this is probably my, my West Point piece coming out. Make sure you love your people, because when people understand that you have their interests in mind, that you really care for them, you want them to be successful, you want them to reach their full potential, those are the folks that are going to follow you anywhere. And give the utmost of themselves in support of what you're doing. I think we might